But it goes along with the Declaration of Independence because it was signed by Thomas Jefferson. Tough crowd, tough
It
crowd.
was funny.
Is this still recording right now?
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
That's the intro right there.
yeah, it's still going. We never stopped.
Oh,
We can't
man.
stop.
At least I didn't put my foot up to the fucking camera to show you my foot and Dakota started recording.
That's true. That is true.
Hello. Do you want to play a game? There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Welcome to another episode of House of Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Ian VanGhoul, joined as always by my co-hosts and best friends, Crystal and Colby. What's up, friends? How you guys doing this week?
Dude, I feel like I haven't seen all of you guys for so fucking long.
Right?
I haven't talked to you guys in forever.
I'm Ian VanGhoul.
That's right.
Chuck, too. It's been a minute.
Yeah, so yeah.
Who are you?
We do have a special guest again today. If you don't know him, you've never heard of him, what the fuck? He's back 2 weeks in a row. It's Chuck. What's up, Chuck?
Hi. Hi.
Hi, hello. So full disclosure, if you haven't figured it out, if you're watching the video, which I don't know how you would, because we did this pretty good, but we recorded last week's episode with this. It's all one big episode. We're just splitting it in two because Crystal is going away. So right now, when you're listening to this, she's on a beach somewhere.
I was going to say, I'm going to prison. You said she's going away.
Going away. Prison Crystal.
Unpaid parking tickets.
Yep. They
We're gonna
finally
give
caught
you-
up to her.
Yeah, we're gonna give you her DOC so you can put some money on her books.
That's right.
I got you, Crystal. Just watch out for crazy eyes.
That's all.
Orange is the new black joke.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm friends with her.
No shit.
Dana Berger. She was in the what was that movie?
And Brightwood.
Brightwood. Yeah.
She's not Crazy Eyes though, but she was in that with Crazy
Oh, okay.
Eyes.
Well, I'm friends with her and she was in that, so it counts.
True. Shout out Dana. We love you. But yeah, Crystal is off in some foreign land right now, doing who knows what.
Drinking a pina colada out of a coconut.
Are you going to like some ritzy island?
Jersey Shore.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Same
where she
thing.
can be fist bumping,
Same
fucking
thing.
doing laundry.
No, I don't go to Seaside Heights.
If you want me to find out if there's any Jersey Shore parties out there, I could let you know. I could probably connect you.
I don't know if they have them on Long Beach Island. Long Beach Island's pretty tame.
Okay.
Like good looking out.
Hell yeah. Well, if you don't follow us on social media, fucking do it. Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. Again, if you're listening to the audio portion of this, hit that 5-star rating. We appreciate it and it helps us a lot. And we do have merch, goreclown.com. Check it out. Maybe by the time you hear this, there'll be more than just a hat there. Maybe there won't. So go there, goreclown.com, and find out for yourself. Who knows? So we don't have any horror movie news per se, but Colby does have something special for us. So what do you got, Colby?
I have popcorn bucket news.
Oh, let's hear it.
So I think it's the Fantastic Four is releasing its own popcorn bucket, and it is going to be the most expensive popcorn bucket ever at $80.
That's crazy.
The fuck is it?
It's like, I'm sure you'll put a picture, but it's like the head of like the villain and the popcorn goes on top. It looks
Is it
pretty gnarly.
Galactus?
Yeah, I think it's Galactus.
It is
It-
Galactus.
It looks super gnarly. I'm not gonna buy it and spend that much, but it's cool.
Well, the question on everyone's mind right now, can you fuck it?
I'm not sure if the mouth opens or not, but that's the only way I
Jesus.
see. But you know what? I just thought that I could have Dark Lord steal me one.
Why does he work in a movie theater?
No, he just likes to steal.
Oh, Jesus.
He's gonna pay him back. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Jesus. That's so awful. Do you guys
So-
collect the popcorn buckets? Like for real?
Yeah, I have Alien, Art the Clown, Beetlejuice, the Monkey, Wolverine from Deadpool. On what I put my laptop on is the Godzilla X Kong popcorn bucket. It's gigantic. And then I also have the Dogman popcorn bucket, the Adventures Endgame one. I have a shitload.
So
I
you
have
love
two.
them.
I have
Mhm.
two. I collect the ones that I really like, but that's about it.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a scam.
Oh, and I have the Sonic the Hedgehog one.
I feel like it's scam. Oh, and I have this one too.
Colby does
But
scams.
my kids steal the cool ones. Like my kids stole the Dogman and the Sonic one from me.
Well, what do they do with it? Like eat cereal out of it?
The Dogman one, yes, because it's literally just a dog bowl.
Oh, really?
Hmm. And then they just play with the Sonic one and put like toys inside it and shit.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, what else do you do with them?
Display them.
Right. You can't really do anything else with them.
Just
So
put stuff in them. It's fine.
sure.
mean-
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Do we need to bring up the Dune popcorn bucket?
I mean, I feel like we kind of already did.
The
It's very scratchy.
Doocy.
And it's just
Very
funny because you were like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it's not
Fuck it.
very comfortable.
I didn't mean it like that, but it
I know
works.
you did it, but that's
We'll
why
roll
it's
with
funny.
It's ribbed for pain. Not pleasure.
So obviously we didn't watch
amazing.
anything in the past 30 minutes. We're gonna skip that. Crystal, though, if you want to show us some more of your physical pickups.
So this is a little teaser for what we're about to talk about. The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, I love it.
HS. Beautiful. And it also has the red detail on it, which I like a lot. And then I have Knock Knock with the fun cover. You know,
That slips really nice.
yeah, it's cool.
Mhm.
And then funny enough, because we were just talking about it, I have The Hills Have Eyes unrated.
Oh, I
So
love that.
yep. It's a slipcover too. So
Do you use like a heat gun to get your stickers off?
like the sticker like this.
Yeah, like extra stickers people put on them. Yeah, yeah. Do you like use a heat gun to get them off?
I just do it really, really slow.
If you buy a
Mhm.
heat gun, you can get a heat gun like on Amazon for like $10, and it takes them off like great. Because I do it. I don't collect that much physical media, but I do collect coffee cups. And it's when you wash them and they have that sticker on the bottom, are such a bitch to get them off of there. Heat gun works great.
Great
No-
idea. Never thought
Plus,
of it.
if you're cold, just saying.
So yeah, this week's episode is going to be short and sweet because we have don't have a whole lot to talk about as far as side topics. But this week we're going to talk about book adaptations or movie adaptations of books and what our top 6 are. So I guess as is tradition, Colby, if you want to kick it off. No,
He does
Colby doesn't
not.
want to kick it off.
I'm not ready
All right.
yet.
Well, fuck tradition. Crystal, kick it
Sure.
off.
Let's
Um,
go.
So number 6 is going to be The Shining. I would have ranked it higher. I was even hesitant to kind of put it on the list because of I understand the movie is very iconic, but the Jack Torrance in the book is a completely different Jack Torrance than the one that's in the movie. The movie, he's already kind of an asshole from the beginning, and he just turns into a bigger asshole once they get into the hotel. In the book, though, it's different because he's like trying to be a better person. And you can like tell through the narrative of his story that's being told that he wants to be better, but then he turns because of the hotel. So that's probably my biggest qualm with the movie. There are other things too, but I just wasn't a fan of how Jack Torrance was portrayed in the movie versus how he was in the book because I just feel like he wanted to be a good father and a good person in the book, and the hotel kind of took him over completely. In the movie, he's kind of just a dick from the beginning, and then he's just fucking bigger dick. So
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like very, very, very fair.
Yeah. And I love both. I love the book and I love the movie just because of how obviously iconic both of them are. I just, I have to kind of separate. I kind of have to watch the movie as the movie and just have the book as the book. So,
Do you like Doctor Sleep better than The Shining?
yeah, I liked both. I liked the book and the movie. I think the movie was better on par with the book. And I think the movie is just cool in my opinion. There are differences though between the adaptations. So, but I think that the changes that they made in Doctor Sleep for the movie made more sense almost. Because I feel like the book is good, but there were things that were maybe more fleshed out, which is crazy today to say because of the author in the movie that made it a better overall story versus the book. So
That's awesome.
mm,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
that's
the
writing it down.
Shining book ruined the movie for me.
yeah, exactly. That's
That
why
was I was such a fan of the movie for
separate.
years and years, and then I finally read the book, and then I was like, oh, the movie's not good anymore.
I know, because you're just like, all right, I'm gonna keep it separate. I'm just
Yeah, you have to. It's so
different
different.
things because
It's hard to separate it.
it
Mhm.
is. So
Oh yeah, good pick.
So I thought about doing all Goosebump books, but I'm not gonna do that. My first choice is pretty basic. It's It. It's a very fucking long read. I like the miniseries from the 90s and I love the 2017 and the 2019 adaptations, but there's so fucking much left out just because the book is so long. But the book it goes way darker places than both the 90s and the remake.
Very fair.
well,
Especially with
the
like
book is a masterpiece in my
especially like when it comes to like Henry Bauer's fucking like sexuality and shit, like it goes places.
Hmm. Yeah, it's another one that the book ruined the movie for me. I
Did
think I
it?
talked about. Yeah, I mean, I not the miniseries, but the 2017 because I read
Mhm.
the book right before that movie came out, and then I
I did
watched the
too.
movie, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. Like I was hating on that movie. Now it's one of my favorites, but like at the time, because that book was so fresh in my mind, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is
Yeah.
garbage. But
No,
now I
I
love
feel
it.
that. I really liked it my first watch because I found like there's stuff I didn't like, but I found a lot of stuff I did like still. But yeah, so my first choice is It.
Oh yeah, love that. Chuck, what you got?
I'm gonna full disclosure for this episode. Everything I picked is based on a book, but I didn't read all the books but one.
That's fair.
Is that fair?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So I'm gonna do a throwback shout out to our last episode that we did together because it seemed like it was so long ago that I was just reminiscing over missing everything that we talked about. And number 5 is The Ruins, which is based off the book The Ruins by Scott Smith.
Love that.
Yes.
Love
We
that.
love the ruins. I will say though, you should read the book because the book goes much, much harder and deeper than the movie. So, and the movie's great, but I would
I
recommend the
love
book.
books that go harder and deeper.
I knew someone was gonna fucking say that.
How could you not? It's
Good.
such a missed opportunity.
The book is very, very good.
No, I think the last episode inspired me to start reading again. Maybe it's the push that I need, so we'll see where I start.
But yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love that. So my number one is I'm just gonna go with my number one right off the bat. It's Pet Cemetery.
I don't
It's my
want to be buried
right.
in a pet cemetery.
It's a
It's
good
so
Dude,
pick.
good. So
Who
good.
doesn't love the
the
fucking Ramones?
the book is so fucking dark and depressing.
It is.
I've actually read Pet Cemetery, and it's
It's
fantastic.
so good.
I've read
And I-
most Stephen King.
Yeah. I've read quite a few, but yeah, Pet Cemetery, I feel it's my favorite adaptation of a Stephen King book. I think it's one of the most faithful because they don't like they obviously they don't include everything from the book in a 90-minute movie, but it stays pretty close without changing too much. So I love the movie, I love the book. So Pet Cemetery is number one.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice. Okay, back to me.
Yes.
So my number 4 was actually It as well, but I can swap it out for Misery. So another one that the book just is so much darker than the movie, which is crazy, I know, but like the book is just way more violent than the movie.
It's so fucking good.
Spoiler if you don't, the hobbling scene is different in the book.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I never read the book, but then she like just takes him off, right?
So yeah, so I mean, I can spoil it if you want to.
I mean, yeah, it's like a fucking
So
40-year-old book.
obviously, right. So in the movie, she uses a sledgehammer, and in the book, she uses an axe. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So the book is once again, I love both. I love both of them, but the book is it's just it's wild and it's very dark. It's crazy. So that's
Most of Stephen King's adaptations, the books are better. Like until they found, the one man that could adapt them properly. Um, but yeah, the book is definitely better.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's my number 4.
Love it. Is it my turn?
Colby's turn.
Oh, it's mine now.
It's yours, Colby.
Um, Surprisingly, I don't know how, but the book did scar me more than the movie, and the movie is extremely fucked up, and that is Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door.
That book is bad, man.
Yeah, and the movie's horrible too. But it's
Yeah, I
been a
ventured over to that book. So
it's been a very long time since I've read it. I want to say like 7 or 8 years when I used to be real big into audiobooks, and like I was just at work, like my mouth just open and going home depressed as fuck for a couple days while I was reading that book or listening to that book. It's just it's based on a real case, which is horrible. It like the movie goes some places and the book goes even deeper than where that movie goes.
I
Uh,
arguably think that The Girl Next Door is in the conversation for the most disturbing movie ever made. Like, I think it's that fucked up
yeah,
because it's just so it's because it's a very well shot film, but it's just so dreadful and it's just so, it feels real. Like, it's sickening. I love it. Like, but it's not you're going to throw on Thanksgiving afternoon after dinner. You know what I mean?
and then that ending shot too, where they're like laying
Oh, yeah.
together, is just
Yeah.
so fucking depressing.
I love it. I think it's fucking great.
I'm glad you brought the mood back right there because I was sad again.
Yeah. Where are we going? I'm gonna go. So we're doing 6.
Mhm.
So I had 5, 6. I'm gonna go Suspiria. And Suspiria was based on a novel from like 1856 called Suspiria de Profundis, which I've never read. Um, but not only do I love Argento, but Suspiria is a masterpiece, but I also think the remake is a masterpiece. Like, and it's very rare that I would not put one over the other. I just consider them both beautiful interpretations of a masterwork of writing. Um, love them both very much, very dear to my heart. I think they're brilliant, brilliant, brilliant films. Um, and I'm sure that reading that book would probably be difficult for the language and how it's written for being so fucking old. So that's my number five.
Good shit. My number 5 is The Passion of the Christ. I'm just kidding. Hellraiser, Hellbound Heart. Another fantastic adaptation.
Jesus
Stays pretty
Christ.
stays,
Jesus.
stays pretty true.
There goes all our Christian listeners.
Wow.
Damn
Did
it.
we have any to begin with?
We held on to him so long too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hail Satan.
That's my bad. But yeah, no, Hellraiser, I think is a solid adaptation of Hellbound Heart. Keeps
That's off
everything
my list.
keeps everything pretty intact. And yeah,
Bye,
it fucking
Hellraiser.
rolls.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Clive Barker rolls, man.
Absolutely.
He's another one that nobody could do him right. Nobody can adapt Clive Barker the way that it needs to be adapted.
Yeah.
Hellraiser's probably the closest. That and the Books of Blood, like the
Yes.
Book of Blood. The Book of Blood is such an underrated movie, and it still doesn't get the book right, but it's really fucking close, and it's really fucking good, and people don't talk about it. I'd argue it's a better movie than Hellraiser.
It's good.
It's a hot take.
Okay, my next one is Gone Girl, which is more like obviously psychological thriller. The movie was really good. The book was also really good too. The book did make the ending make more sense to me. At least because the book had like more insight of what was happening in both of their heads. Because you saw the point of view of both of the characters, which you kind of did in the movie, but it wasn't as detailed as the book. And you basically just you know, it's the same thing. You just realize how awful these two people are and how they are just at their happiest when they are faking that they're happy. So, and I love Gillian Flynn. She's probably one of my favorite authors. Um, and I love that movie. And if you like the movie Gone Girl, I would definitely recommend the book too, because it goes, there's so much more detail in it. And you're just really reading the book and you're like, wow, these two people are horrible. So that's
Love it.
mine.
It's a great pick.
Absolutely. Colby, what you got?
My next one, I didn't read the book, so I'm going off Chuck's rules. But Battle Royale,
Mm.
one of
Oh,
my favorite Japanese films.
it's so fucking good.
It's so sick. It's like Hunger Games on steroids.
I hate the Hunger Games because of Battle Royale.
Me too.
Like I refuse to watch the Hunger Games
Me
because I
too.
love Battle Royale so much.
I did watch the first one.
That's so tough. I agree with that statement, but I love Woody Harrelson, so I watched the Hunger Games.
I've
I did.
never-
I watched the first one as well. I mean,
Never seen them.
I want to watch the rest of them. I just haven't gotten around to it. But
I
then, like
watched
when
them
that,
with my kids. They're worth watching.
Mhm. But yeah, when the Hunger Games first came out, like I just watched Battle Royale shortly before that, and I was like, "Fuck this movie! This is just Battle Royale, but like watered down." I was salty.
No, it's very fair because it's exactly what it is. Mhm.
That's a great
Love
pick,
that.
though. I love it.
Thank you.
It is a great pick. So my turn.
It is your turn.
So we did the ruins, Suspiria. We're gonna go. We're on the what number? 6, 5. We're on 4.
Yep.
I'm missing one then. I'm gonna go Straw Dogs.
Oh,
And it was based on a book called The Siege of Treasure Farm, which I never read, I'll admit that, and not the remake, but the remake of Straw Dogs is good.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the Dustin Hoffman Straw Dogs, the OG, is a gateway to brutal, traumatizing fucking horror. Like there is no strangers, there is no a lot of things. If it wasn't for Straw Dogs, I love that movie.
I agree.
Mhm. It's like good to fall asleep to.
I do. I do love the remake as well. I love James Marsden,
Yeah, the remake goes hard,
Mm.
and then James Woods in that movie is diabolical.
diabolical.
Isn't Skarsgård in that too?
Yeah,
Mhm. It's
Oh
good.
yeah.
he's a very, very handsome shirtless man in that movie.
Wow.
A lot.
Sold. No,
He's
I
a
do love that movie.
He's a specimen.
Right?
Hmm
All right. So my next one, I have the book. I started reading it. I haven't finished it yet though. So yeah, it's gonna be Dark Harvest.
Ooh,
Oh,
Motherfucker.
nice.
I love that.
Nice.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the book was good what I read, but I just haven't gotten too deep into it yet. But that movie fucking rolls and I love it.
Ian and I are huge advocates for Dark Harvest.
Absolutely.
I think Dark Harvest is great. I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
if I'm gonna like champion it, but it's a good movie that gets overlooked a lot.
It has its moments that aren't great, but I'll champion the shit out of it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, so my next one is Carrie. So once again, the book, it just goes so much deeper into Carrie's internal thoughts. And there people have said this, like the character portrayals that they had in the movie don't fit the description of what's in the book. I don't think I really agree with that. I think the actresses and the actors that are in the movie, they fit. I it just goes more the book just goes more into the psychological torment of like bullying and being outcasted, because you get more of these internal thoughts with Carrie. And there's also in the book there's more details about Carrie's mother's religious control over her. But it's still one of my favorite movies. There's also in the book too, I don't want to spoil it, but it's been out for a long time. So
Long time.
yeah, there's in the book there's telepathic communication that Carrie has that I don't really, it's not really in the movie. But I still love this movie so much, and I love the book so much too. Even though both of them are, at least there's points in the book that are a little harder to read because of how tormented she was. So
Dude, I fuck with all of the Carrie movies, especially the Rage Carrie 2.
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
I like it. How do you feel about the Flanagan show?
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited.
I mean, he has like full creative control.
Mhm.
So I think you're going to get the telepathy and all that stuff. Like
I hope so.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
emotional gap of, that's the only thing about the movie that doesn't convey, and I think that movie is phenomenal, but it doesn't convey the actual like depth of the plight of what she went through. And
Exactly.
I think Flanagan will hit that on the fucking nose.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to see that, all of it, to be kind of fleshed out with his series. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, anything with Mike Flanagan's name attached to it, we're all about.
Mhm.
Sold.
Mm-hmm.
So my next one,
Mhm.
I've read a few chapters. It's just really hard for me for the Old English, but Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Fuck yes.
The movie goes so fucking hard. I love it so much.
It's so fun.
Dude,
It
it's
is.
so good.
that movie
It's
is
so
so
fun.
much fun.
I like that and Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually like that one too.
It's just a fun ass movie. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm usually not that big on period pieces. Like there's a few I really like, but I thought that movie was gonna be so fucking stupid when I saw like the trailers and everything for it. I was like, there's no way.
The cover photo for the movie is so funny. What is this?
No, I love that movie. I love Anthony Mackie in that movie. I love the lead. And it's like sad, it gets like really sad at times. It's emotional.
Mhm. It's one of the few things I like Anthony Mackie in. I got a hot take at number 3, and I think it's the best Clive Barker adaptation that's not Hellraiser, and it's Dread, which was in the second Books of Blood. And I think the movie is fucking diabolical, and I love it. And it gets hated on so much. It has its flaws, but it's so fucking good. And the book is brutal,
Mhm.
like just fucking brutal. It's so fucking brutal. Um, that because there was that they did the Midnight Meat Train, the first Book of Blood. Like there's so much more to be explored there, and it's just like he won't let go of it. Like he won't let nobody do it no more. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool and sad at the same time. But he's like low key gatekeeping some really fucking good stories. But Dread fucking rips.
Hell yeah, I love that. I love that pick. That's a good one. I'm gonna go with The Exorcist for my next
Ooh.
one. I read that book when I was like, I don't even know, somewhere between 15 and 18. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, fuck that book, dude.
I don't know. Like I started rereading it like last year. Um, and then it's another one I just didn't have time for, so I didn't get, like didn't get far into it. But I do want to reread it though, just to see if it still hits. But from what I remember, yeah, the shit was pretty creepy, and I love the movie. I know some of you guys think it's overrated, but I love it, and that's my pick. So there you go.
I mean, you could have said me, Ian.
Colby also says it.
I think
But listen here. I have explanation to it. I think The Exorcist is a great film. It's arguably the greatest possession film of all time. But TikTok ruined it for me
That's
because
fair.
people, and that happens to a lot of movies for me, because people like, oh, it's too much. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, got it.
it's too much. Like they like glaze it too much and make it like way better than it is. So like automatically when it's put on this massive pedestal, like then my critique starts to come more. Because I do, when the 4K came out, and this is a very fair assessment, I just don't think it holds up like it did whenever I watched it 10 years before that. Like But it's unfair to The Exorcist that there was also 742,384 shitty possession movies that came out in between that. So you go into it watching it again with all this tarnished garbage in your
Right.
head. So it makes it even more cheesier because they just keep making the same
Right.
Exorcist ripoff that sucks.
Right. I think back in 1973 when it came out, I think is kind of where I hold that in my mind when I watched that movie is how
Yeah.
it affected
Yes.
people because it was like the first thing that people had no idea what to do. So I think when I think of The Exorcist, I I try to keep that kind of almost nostalgia with the movie.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of, and the same thing with Halloween. People say Halloween, Halloween, and I'm just like, like, or they'll say it's like, not a good movie, overrated, et cetera, et cetera. But like when I watch that movie, I think of what it was like when that movie came out and how like there were young girls that were babysitting and they saw this movie. They went to the movie theaters with their friends, and then the next day they went to go babysit. Like that's how it helps me kind of get over those comments that you see of like, no, The Exorcist is the best movie, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of how I think I do
No,
it,
I
you
think
know?
that's great. That's how I approach independent film. Like you have to have like some kind
Mhm.
of precursor to what you're watching. And if I could go in a time machine for one night and go back and watch any movie the night of the premiere, I mean, it's a tie for me. It would be The Exorcist to see it then, the night of 1970, whenever
Mhm.
it came out,
Mhm.
and Alien.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Like imagine walking in on Alien blind or the Exorcist blind, like just going in on a blind and seeing The Exorcist, like your
Right.
life would be fucked up forever.
Yeah, in the 1970s, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck yeah. They had no fucking clue.
Right, right, right,
The the only reason I think it's overrated for me is because I saw The Exorcist 3 before the first one.
That's also fair.
right. Shocker, you saw a sequel first.
I love The Exorcist 3.
Right? The
Dude,
three,
like
yeah.
my family knew that like I was just obsessed with horror like as a kid, so they just always get me like random fucking DVDs and VHSs, and The Exorcist 3 was one of them. And like I'm talking like before 10 years old, like that's how young. And like I threw it on and I was just mesmerized, scarred, and the history from there.
I
It's so
love
good.
that. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Um, all things, is it my turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
All things point back to Mike Flanagan. I think we're not going to be able to get away from the Flanagan. I've read this book and I love this book, but I think the movie is one of the best Stephen King adaptations of all time, and it's one of the most slept on Flanagans, and it's Gerald's Game.
Hell yeah.
And I love it. Like I think it's traumatizing. I think it's well done, and I think it's close to beat for beat of the book. The book's goes a little harder in areas. It's a little more explicit. Because I think that's the only issue with Flanagan. I think Flanagan likes to teeter on the line of pushing the envelope because he doesn't need to. He's so brilliant, he doesn't need to add that. Like he gives you the feeling without the visual, but in the book when you're reading it, you get that visual. So I think the fact that he was able to eloquently tiptoe around certain parts of the book makes it even a more brilliant adaptation because he didn't have to do that. But I think Gerald's Game is an incredibly, incredibly slept on movie.
The movie fucking scared me the first time I watched it.
Yeah, it goes hard.
I didn't even know what was happening. I thought it was gonna go one way and then it went somewhere completely different. And I was like, okay,
That fucking toe licker.
that's what I'm saying. I was
Fuck.
like, what is happening? What
I
am
was
I
like,
watching?
I slept with my toes off the bed that night. Like, please don't come after me.
I had all my toes out.
That's funny. Okay, my next one is American Psycho. We talked about this on the last episode, but in case you missed it, I'll talk about it a little bit more here. So, um, as you know, the movie just says nothing on the Patrick Bateman in the books. Patrick Bateman is just absolutely fucking insane. Like I literally, like when I was reading the book, I was like, need to take a break from this for a second because it's literally a streamline of thoughts. It's like a conversation. It's like it just never stops. It's like the longest like run-on sentences just, and as you like move through the book, he just gets more crazy and then you're like, I don't know if this is reality or if this is real. Like, I don't even know what's happening. And I know it kind of shows that in the movie too, but it's so much more intense when you're reading the book because you're just like, you're reading it and you're like, I think that was real, but I don't really know. But I have to keep reading because I need to know what the end is. So, but I still love the movie. So that's my number two.
All right, so
I love that. That's a great fucking pick.
for my last two, I'm gonna do ones that I actually read. So number two is Clown in the Cornfield.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You knew I was going to?
Well, I knew it was gonna be either your one or two. I didn't think it
Mm.
was gonna be on Ian's list, so
Um, I love the book. You could call me biased because I got to watch the movie with Adam Caesar and Eli Craig, but I thought like everyone was bitching because it was like gateway horror, but I thought it was so fun. Ian wasn't the biggest fan, but you had valid reasonings for your reasons, but I had a blast and I still thought the kills went pretty hard.
It does have gnarly kills. I'll give it that.
And I just think like I don't think it captures it as well in the movie, but Quinn Maybrook is such a good final girl. And she, once they do these sequels, I think she'll get a lot more respect.
I
Mhm.
think that's where the movie was made or broken for me. I think Quinn Maybrook, I think that girl sold it. And I didn't
Mhm.
read the book going into the movie, but she sold it. Like
Mhm.
I bought into her fully from the beginning. And I mean, because I had to really, really analyze. I mean, I seen the same thing. I was at the world premiere sitting next to Kevin Durant and Adam Caesar. Like, it was a fucking surreal experience. So, yes, I loved it because of the experience. But, like,
Mhm.
stepping back from it, it's like Fear Street Prom Queen, which I'm sure everybody on here didn't like. It's exactly what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it was a cheesy gateway fucking slasher. Like in the 80s, they made hundreds of them a month and they were just fun to watch. And film today, because of the internet, which we all take part in, is ruined. That fun element is ruined. That you can't just sit down and watch a movie and just have fun, like Piranha 3D or, fucking the Beaver movie or, The Sands. Like, sometimes a movie ain't that serious. Like, it's just fun. But then you got these dickbag fucking idiots on TikTok that take the word cinephile that they can't even pronounce and they try to like critique every little thing about how you shot this and that. And they're just so full of shit. Like, because it's just fun. It's not meant to be looked at in that lens. And Clown in the Cornfield was that for me. Like, it was the first movie I seen in a long time that I was able to just sit down and enjoy the fucking movie. And that's why I really liked it, because it was just fun.
Yeah, and one of the big takeaways too, like that was way different from the book. The book was dead serious tone, and the movie had me laughing almost the whole fucking movie.
I have been told that part two, Friendo Lives,
Mhm.
Mhm.
is taking the route from the feedback. Like, they read it loud and clear. Um, this cannot be confirmed or denied. I, might have found this information on the internet, or somebody might have told me, or I might have made it up. You decide. They're all coming back. The integral parts, and they're gonna go hard. They're gonna go hard. Are fucking. It's gonna go. Because that's what the people want. So that's what they're gonna give them. So it's gonna differentiate from the book. But I'm all in. I'll buy a ticket right now.
Also, at the premiere I was at, when Eli Craig and Adam were doing the Q&A, Eli announced that Adam will be taking part in writing and have a huge role in like the like what his
Screenplay.
screenplay,
Hmm.
everything that like he has a big say in part two.
Yeah, he should.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's another one too. I feel like if I hadn't read the book, I'd probably love the movie.
Yeah, because
But
Ian, I
I,
feel the same way. Like
yeah, but I'm
I
so
saw.
attached,
Mhm.
so attached to the book that the movie just didn't quite hit. And I've explained it numerous times on here, so I'm not going to again. But yeah, if
It's
the
a
book
very
wasn't there,
it's a very difficult thing to take something that is beloved by so many people and put your spin on it. Like, the fact that it tripled or almost quadrupled its money, they got really lucky because, when you get a rabid fan base that loves something and you mess with it a little bit, it's a tough thing. So it's like a fair argument. You at least that's how you guys feel, and you're not just saying, oh, it was this or that or the way they edited it or some dumb fucking shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a legit reason. That's very fair.
Yeah, because when I first saw the movie, I hadn't read the book. And then
Mhm.
I went and read the book, and I was just like, and I remember, Ian, what you said about how the characters that are in the movie that you get quick glimpses of, and then that's it, they have a story, and like you know who they are and how they're connected to the friend group. And I understand that you can't put all that stuff in a movie, but yeah. So I
And
saw
the
both.
and the cornfield party goes way harder and it's way
Yeah.
longer. Like it
Yeah.
felt like that was half the book was the cornfield
Yeah.
party.
Yeah. 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 hmm
But I still loved it. I still thought they did a good job.
I loved the movie and I really love the book too. So, and it does make sense for the second one that they would just because of the setting of the second book and the character
Mhm.
ages and
Mhm.
everything. So, um, not that they don't kill teenagers in, horror movies, but considering the setting of the second one, so
Yeah, I'm still stoked for the second movie. So let's
mhm.
go.
I hope they make them all.
Me too.
Because nobody deserves it more than Adam Caesar to be
Absolutely.
rich and famous. He's the sweetest little dude on
I
earth.
love him so much.
He's fucking such a genuinely good dude. My turn.
Yes, sir.
So number one,
Uh,
yeah.
are we?
No,
I'm on number two.
Or
Two.
did Ian go yet?
no, it's Ian's turn.
Oh, all right. My number two. We're gonna go Clive Barker again. We're going Nightbreed.
Ruins.
Nice.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, his book Cabal. They made it Nightbreed, and I fucking love Nightbreed. It's another like super underrated '90s fucking creature feature, and I love it.
It's one of my favorite masks of all time too.
Which
And
one?
it
Oh,
The
Decker. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. The
and
Decker
it
mask fucking rolls.
and it's one of the most politically charged films ever made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Nightbreed's a
fucking love that
fucking
movie.
masterpiece. Love it.
Hell yeah.
I did five already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
One
on
more.
number one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we go back to Colby.
oh, it's
Yes.
my turn already?
Are we down to number one?
Yeah, I think Crystal goes before me
Yeah, I was
though.
gonna say I'll do my number one. So my number one is The Silence of the Lambs. Um,
Love
the
it.
the movie was incredible. And I think the movie was a really good adaptation of the book. And of course, with a book, you're going to have more of the character backstory. And there was way more backstory for Jack Crawford and Hannibal Lecter. And there was more backstory about Crawford, which I thought was super interesting. And I know it was shown on screen that Clarice, of course, has a lot of her internal struggles. But you get even more of that in the book. Um, and it also gave you more of a backstory on Buffalo Bill and what he wanted to do with the skin suit, which I think is cool because in the movie he's more kind of like maybe like like more mystique around him, but in the book it's like you get all the details. Um, and you just get more of that like driving motivation from these characters. And in the book, you learn more about like the FBI and like criminal profiling, which I think is so cool. But that's definitely my number one because it's one of my favorite movies and I just love the book so much. So
I love Jason Mewes' very short take of Buffalo Bill.
Fuck
I
yeah.
love how passionate you talk about things that you love. It's tremendous.
well, thanks.
Who's next?
Colby. All right, don't laugh, but this legitimately scared the fuck out of me as a kid, and that is the Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
Fuck yes.
I love
Dude.
it.
Hell yeah.
Like I read all the Goosebumps books when I was a kid. Loved them all. I wasn't a big fan of the show. Like there's a couple movies that I dug, but Werewolf of Fever Swamp, I remember them marketing the shit out of it like it was on previews like for a while leading up to the movie. And when I finally watched the movie, like that scene when the werewolf is like on the fucking roof like scratching at the roof,
The roof,
scared the fuck out of me. I had to like run out of the room.
the roof,
The roof.
the
The,
roof,
The roof is on fire.
the roof.
The roof. The roof. I love it.
But
The roof.
yeah, like I love that. That's my favorite like Goosebumps movie. It's not my favorite Goosebumps book, but
What
I
do you think
fucks with that
about
one
the
heavily.
the Lee Winnell remake from earlier this year?
We can skip that question.
I still haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
It was better than I thought it would be. We talked a lot of shit about it, but I did enjoy it more than I thought I would.
It's not terrible.
Someday.
But no, it's a great
Um,
pick. I love that.
My number one is a book that I read, but I read it way after I read or seen the movie, and I think it's the most underrated zombie film ever made. And it's Pontypool. And it's based on the book Pontypool Changes Everything, which is almost beat for beat, very masterful. It's very methodical and slow. And just the perspective and the fear that I think Pontypool is perfect. I think it's a perfect film. People shit on it because it's slow, but it's supposed to be slow because you feel every fucking word and every single piece of dialogue is just driven into the dread of the situation. And like I just love that perspective. I think it's fucking brilliant. So that's my number one.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a
Pontypool is
good
one of the
pick.
most unique zombie movies ever made.
Ever. Like it's
Yeah.
there's nothing in the world like it or ever gonna be like it. Like it's a true one of one, and that's another reason I love it so much because there's just nothing like it.
Absolutely. Such a good pick.
It is. It's a good pick.
Well,
So-
you know,
You know, he's got a star.
kind of
Of course he's gonna pick it.
It's got a fucking star.
He's got a fucking star. This guy's got a fucking star. Did you guys know that?
Jesus.
Every night I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
look up
just
in the
get the
sky,
Passion
like
of the
there's
Christ
Chelsea.
out of the
Ian,
way.
every single
time. I'm gonna get those coordinates off you. I'm gonna look up in the sky. There's Chuck.
Just shining down on you.
That's right. So my final one is, since I went reverse and it's not my favorite, it's my least favorite on this list, but it is Horns.
Oh,
Did you
It
like
is
that
it is a
movie?
good movie, but
love the
Yeah.
movie.
I love the book. I think the book is way better, but I mean that's no surprise. Most of them are. But yeah, the movie's good. It's Daniel Radcliffe.
It's my favorite Daniel Radcliffe movie besides Harry Potter.
That's fair.
Better than The Woman in Black?
I wasn't a big fan of The Woman in Black.
I like The Woman in Black.
I think The Woman in Black's one of the scariest fucking movies
I
ever
love
made.
it so much.
The first time I watched Woman in Black, I did not like it at all. But I just rewatched it like a year or two ago, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
It's legit scary to me. Like it gets me. I think it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to rewatch it because when I did watch it, we were like out to sea on deployment. Like they sent us free movies all the time, so it was like with a bunch of other fucking loud ass dudes.
It's another one too that like it's important the setting. Like all black room, very loud, like an immersion, like Crimson Peak. People shit on Crimson Peak, and like that movie's fucking scary if you watch it in the right setting. I love The Woman in Black.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Horns is good too. So there's that.
I like Horns.
Yeah.
I love Horns.
Ian's just like none of them give a fuck about Horns.
It's all right. Like I said, it's my least favorite on my list. So
Yeah.
I just kind of threw it in there.
Yeah, let's make it number one.
Fuck yeah. Number
Fuck
one,
it.
Horns, best movie of all time. Let's go.
Fuck it.
So that's our top 6 book adaptations. To kind of finish out the show here, since we skipped it last week, Colby did something pretty cool last week. If you want to fill us in.
Boy.
Oh yeah, I went. My friend, I have some friends that have a ghost hunting channel, and it's all friends from like my MMA gym and surrounding MMA gyms. So it's just a bunch of MMA fighters that go ghost hunting. So they invited me along because I've been buddies with them for a while, and I have a decent sized platform. So I said we can collaborate, like do all that. So they invited me to the Broadhead Manor in Broadhead, Wisconsin, which is also where I helped hold a screening for The Fetus. And while I was there, the owner took me for a tour and everything. And I texted my friend who runs the Ghoul Gallery, Brittany, and I was like, and I knew she was coming to that screening too. And I was like, you guys should do the ghost hunt here. And she's like, we already have one planned for June. She's like, you want to come? I was like, hell yeah. So it was cool. Like we got the whole tour again during the day. The dude was like giving us the rundown of all the different ghosts and stuff. Like he named them all and stuff. It was like goofy stuff. But like you could tell it's some creepy shit. So we just couldn't wait for it to get dark, the sun to go down. So after our tour, we went and got some pizza, waited for the sun to go down, came back, and then got our flashlights, our cameras ready, and it was fun. Like we definitely like I didn't believe in that kind of stuff, but I didn't not believe either because I've never experienced anything supernatural. But we were the first room we did, it's called the doll room because it's like it's also a haunt that they run every Halloween. So they have like Art the Clown props, pinhead props, like just props all over this huge fucking building. But yeah, so the doll room, the guy was saying it's one of the most active rooms. So like fuck yeah, we'll check that out first. So they set up like these motion sensor things, and like I fucked with them too. Like they don't randomly go off. Like they only go off if you touch it or like put your like hand or foot over it. They also have like those toy cat balls. Like if you touch them, they start lighting up and shit. So we turned all the lights off, lit like a candle in the room, and like one of the motion sensors started going off. And I didn't know it was a motion sensor at first. Like I messed with it later on, but I was like, what the fuck's that beeping? And they're like, motion sensor. I was like, what the fuck? And then they're like, all right, let's get out the SDs. And SDs, it's kind of like a Ouija board, I guess, but it's not a Ouija board. So someone puts on like noise canceling headphones, blindfolds themselves so you can't see or hear anything. So they do that, and then some like we all start asking that person questions. And in those noise canceling headphones, it's like how Bumblebee talks through radio frequencies. So it's just radio frequencies bouncing around from like everything. And whatever word you hear, you say when you have it on. So we're asking questions. Like some of them kind of don't make sense. Some of them do, like the words they're saying back. But we were sitting around the table and like I felt something touch my neck. Like it wasn't malicious. It wasn't like scary. Like I didn't feel like any negative energy there or anything. But something definitely fucking touched me. So, and I didn't want to be that guy that was like, yo, something just like it's my first night. I don't want to like embarrass myself. But like a couple minutes went by and I like whispered and I was like, something definitely touched me a little bit ago. So Brittany was like, did you just touch Colby? And literally directly after, the person wearing the headphones said left side. And it was the left side of my neck that got touched.
That's so creepy.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was nuts. But like during all that too, like the motion sensors went off a few times. One of the cat balls started lighting up. It was just like and like we did it in other like almost every room in that building. And like sometimes like nothing happened. We couldn't pick up any radio frequencies. None of the motion sensors or anything went off. So there was only like 3 rooms where there was activity. And then the only time I was really scared was when everyone was like, "All right, let's split up. Let's all do rooms by ourselves." So I didn't go by myself. I was the only one that didn't go by myself because it was my first time. So I went with my buddy Strez, this big fucking black dude. So it was me and him, and they were making jokes. They're like, "Oh well, now you guys are gonna die."
Oh my God.
But yeah, so it was me and Strez. And so apparently this is the only room the guy was saying where the spirit doesn't like human beings. And like the way we did it too, we drew like random like notes for like who gets what room. And of course we got that room. And it was like the choir room. And we were sitting there for a little bit. Nothing was going on. It's pitch black. But then Strez out of nowhere says like if you don't want us here, like give us a sign. And like right after that, like one of the motion sensors started going off, and I was sitting in front of like this old chalkboard, and a cat ball was like maybe 3 yards in front of me, and the cat ball just starts fucking lighting up. And Stress didn't say anything. I just saw like from like the little light, he just got up and started packing his bag. So I was like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, time to go.
Yeah. But we had a blast. I have a bunch of footage I'm still cutting together. Their channel uploaded a short little video, so I'm working on mine as well. But it was fun. It was an awesome experience. They said that they definitely want me to come along like a lot more. So I said whenever it's local, I'm definitely like within driving distance, I'm definitely down to go.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it was a fun
Same.
time.
I'm really happy you got that experience because it's fucking cool.
Yeah, and then also Brittany was saying like because in the comments like everyone was saying how cool it looks and everything, and Brittany was just saying how she's never laughed like that much like during a hunt because I was there because we were in some random room like it's an old building, so it like leaks and everything. So they have like a blue fucking barrel like catching the water in one of the rooms. So I was like, you guys, I found Megan.
That's
And then everyone,
awesome.
of course, everyone busted out laughing.
I love that.
Yeah, we had a good time. And you guys did something similar last week. Not ghost hunting, but you guys did
It was today.
they're not supposed to know that.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
What? Wait,
this is the other episode.
yeah, this was like a fucking 7 days ago. Like, what do you mean, dude? We did not find Megan though. No, no
I'm just
Megan.
tired. No Megan.
No Megan. Yeah. So yeah, Chuck and I went just kind of exploring. We met up to make content with no real like game plan per se, just to hang out and have fun. And
We had no fucking plan whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was the most unplanned day ever.
That's
It
when you
was.
have the best days though.
And it was a fantastic day. So we went out to Evans City Cemetery where they filmed the intro to Night of the Living Dead, and we hung out there for a couple hours. We were out there just kind of in the middle of the cemetery, and this car rolled up. It was these two older people, and Chuck had talked to them, and they were looking for like the infamous gravestones from the movie. So we ended up getting in the car, taking them over to where it was at, and they're like, "Oh, like we're just conversating," and they're like, "What do you guys do?" And we're like, "Oh, like we make horror content for online," and they loved it. They were all about it, and the gentleman was like, "Well, let me tell you what I
They
do."
flexed on you so fucking hard.
And
I want to know. Tell us.
he pulls this card out, and he's like, "I made this film. It's a season to remember. The baseball boys of Mon City." He was like, what was it, an Emmy that they won?
Yeah, he won an Emmy. He flexed
an
on you
Emmy?
with a fucking Emmy.
Yeah. He's like, you guys make content on the internet. I want a fucking Emmy.
I said, I said, Ian, everybody's gonna crack up whenever their cousin sees the photo we post online, taking a picture with them that's Night of the Living Almost Dead. They were old people.
Oh my God.
We did get a photo with them, but it was on that guy's camera, so we
Yeah,
don't have the photo.
They were sweet people.
They were really sweet, and they talked to us for a little bit. But yeah, we hung out there for a little bit. We went into Evans City.
So this is the best.
Yeah, that's the part I want to hear.
So yeah, so we're looking for what else is in Evans City, because it's a very small little town.
It's small as fuck.
And so Chuck finds online that there's supposed to be like a little plaque, a little monument, if you will, little sign. So we go to where it says, and we don't see it. We drive in a circle, and there's a police station right there. So we park, and we're looking. We don't see anything, and we go up to the police station. Chuck rings the bell.
Wait.
Yeah,
we drove around this building several times. We
several
looked at the
times.
picture on Google. We seen this white fence that was in the picture. We stared at the white fence. Like, we used our best sleuthing skills to find these monuments, and we could not find them. Continue.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we park at the police station, get out, and there's a little, like, on the side of the police station is like a little mural painted, and it has Night of the Living Dead and then a few other like Pittsburgh things. So we take some pictures there, and so we go up to the door. He rings the bell. One of the cops comes out, and he's like, "Hey, where is this?" He shows him the picture on his phone, and the cop's like, "I've never seen that ever."
Did that cop have nice teeth?
I don't know. I didn't notice his teeth.
Yes.
So yeah, so we talked to
They
him
were
for a
like
minute.
George Washington Carver's teeth.
They were made of wool.
We talked to him for a minute, and so we head back towards the car, and this other van pulls up, and he's like, "Hey, Night of the Living Dead." It's two older guys. So we talked to them for a minute, and Chuck's like, "Yeah, we're looking for this," and he just points straight out. He's like, "It's right there." We're literally parked in front of the fucking sign, and we missed it. The cop, I don't know if he was lying to us, if he was fucking with us, or if he just had no idea that it was literally in his backyard.
It was on the property of the police station. And he said that he had never seen it in his entire life. And then I said to him, so I guess when we find those signs, that's the best place to commit a crime, because you don't know where it's at. He looked at me like I was crazy. And so then we stood there and we took some pictures and everything, and just we're sitting on this curb, and we're just like, talking about, just laughing because it was so funny. And then I looked up and that fucking cop drove right past, looked at us, which we were sitting right by the fucking monuments, and then just drove away. And I'm like, there's no fucking way this dude didn't know that this was here. It was just, it was perfect. It was hilarious.
It was so good. So yeah, we took a picture with the sign where I'm just face palming and Chuck's just like, eh. But it was great.
My favorite
Um,
picture was of you laying on your stomach with your hands on your chin.
It was really cool too. The like even more than the headstones, like the little church was the coolest to me because it was such like I love history and I love like architecture and I love things like that. But to stand on that porch and look through the windows and like how pristine it still was inside, like it was almost like they just had a sermon on Sunday and cleaned up after it. But like it gives you a weird effect because when you walk up and you look through the window, you automatically go to the scene of them being in the church and then zombies busting through the door. Like it just like mentally does that to you, which was like the coolest feeling. Um, it was a cool moment because like I had separated from him and walked down and was shooting some filming, doing some filming. And when I walked up and looked through the window, it was just like I had that vision in my head of like how it plays out in the movie, and it was really fucking cool.
yeah, the whole day was just a fun time. Just
Yeah,
a
it was a
really good
blast.
fucking day.
Mhm.
I definitely had some FOMO, like when Chuck was live and then seeing the video.
That's why I went live purposely for your FOMO.
I figured.
Listen, you could have came. It's not
Like,
our fault you live in stupid Chicago.
I don't have a star yet. I can't afford to just jump on a plane like that.
Get this guy a star.
Listen, I understand. It's all good. I get it, We can't all be so fortunate.
But yeah, we did all that. Then we went to the infamous Green Man tunnel that
It
unfortunately
was so sad,
it
man.
was.
That's where Charlie No Face is from. I did that video about Charlie No Face, which is actually like a real person that was disfigured that walked around at night. And they made this big Pittsburgh lore about him. But this was so devastating because we went there and it's filled with salt from the county, from the city. So you can't walk through it or anything anymore. But there was a lot of different things. It was, how we talked about last week, or like I think we talked off camera. I don't remember like how these certain things happen, like they're supposed to happen. Like so I had the star thing and like the Life of Chuck thing and like how that all happened. And we had the same thing happen at the Green Man's Tunnel today. Because when we went there, we went there to see something scary, and that's exactly what we seen. Like it wasn't an apparition and it wasn't a guy or it wasn't anything like that. We literally walked up to this thing looking for that. But what we seen was so much more horrific because everything was spray painted with racism and anti-gay rhetoric and swastikas and all these just horrific fucking things. And that's horror. You know what I mean? Like standing there and even visually allowing that into your aura to see something so fucking awful and horrific was just really fucking sad. And the even sadder thing about it is this whole entire community and neighborhood knows it's there because you could see it from the fucking street, yet it's not painted over or removed or anything. And there was like a moment that you really just thought about like the state of the world that we live in and what, a fucking horrific place it is at times and that disgusting people exist. So it was like sad, you know what I mean? Like it had like a somber, sad thing to it. But then it did get brightened up a little bit.
It did definitely.
Yes, it got brightened up because we seen this fucking piece of rock. I don't want to say it wrong because I don't want to give bad delivery here, but so I got it. So we were standing there and like talking about these things and how bad this is, and looked over and there was like this big stone that was spray painted and it had this big dick on it and it said Throb Mob on it.
Throw 'em all.
Oh, Cole's gonna say that now.
Listen, I could not stop laughing about the about the Throb Mob, and then as it kept going, because of course we ran with it because like we're always steady throb. And I just laughed so fucking hard. It was so funny. Throb Mob.
Throw 'em all for life.
for life.
I'm gonna send you.
We took pictures by the Throb Mob.
I'm gonna send you
Colby's
guys the
writing it
picture
down.
right
Yeah,
now,
I was gonna say, let me see it.
so you can get it in real time.
Colby's writing it down in all of his notes.
Throb Mob. Look at it. There's the Throb Mob. It's such a bent, weird looking dick too. Throb Mob.
Curved for her pleasure.
Oh, it's
But it has like 4 curves in it. That's like a lot of curves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some shit went down there.
Mhm.
I love that Chuck sent that to the group chat with me and my wife.
Throb Mob. But Coda is, she lives with you, so she's prepared for anything. Listen. There have been far worse. That might be my most explicit group chat that I'm a participant in, because there's been some awful things in that fucking chat.
Coda's one of the homies.
She's the fuck. I love her to death. She's the fucking best.
Yeah, Throb Mob was the highlight of the graffiti, but there was also Titty Nips.
Titty nips.
We can't
Titty
forget Titty
Nips.
Nips. Yeah.
Who the fuck spray paints something? The most ingenious thing you can come up with is titty nips.
Titty Nips.
What a bastard fucking kid. Titty
Right?
nips.
There was also a dick or a couple dicks up on the
Lots of
kind of the
dicks.
ceiling
Oh my
of
God,
the tunnel.
Colby.
Blue dicks, black dicks, red
Yeah.
dicks. Lots of
I took a picture for you, Colby, so I'll
Mhm.
send it to you.
Red dick, blue dick.
Name.
It was like walking into an episode of American Vandal. Dicks
Was there more
everywhere.
dicks than the mountains in California?
Mm-mm.
No, yeah, there was a ton of dicks there at the with the
Yeah,
last
no.
the last scene of Tahoe Joe where we were
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
So
No,
many
that
dicks.
was unfortunately in this spot it was 99% racism and homophobia
And a
and
couple dicks.
1% like just fantastic glorious dicks.
Mhm. There was a couple
Whereas-
epic dicks
yeah,
in a
whereas
sea of racism.
right, whereas in California in there up in the mountains that was very very little racism homophobia I think compared
Just
to
a lot of dicks.
compared to a lot of glorious spray painted dicks. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's right. I remember the pictures. I remember.
But yeah, I think the moral of the story is Throb Mob for life. So
Steady throbbing. That's so funny.
hell yeah. But yeah, I think that'll about do it for another episode. So before we get out of here, do we have more recommendations?
I do.
Right. Cool.
For my book, fuck. Okay, I'll come back to that. I had something. For my movie, I keep staring at it because of Chuck, but Real.
Hell yeah.
So good.
REEL Real.
I love that movie that I listen, I fucking paid to have that made. Like that's custom made, and that's how much I love that movie that I paid to have a fucking portrait made of it.
The first time I talked to Slasher Victim 666 was all the way back in 2017, like almost 10 years ago.
I brought him back
You did.
from hiding.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
So Real goes fucking hard. Well, awesome found footage movie. My band I pick is a band called Filth.
Mm.
Filth fucking slaps.
Filth.
And then book I had a good book and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, Wedding Day Massacre
Oh hell yeah.
by Aaron Beauregard.
Is it good?
It's my favorite Aaron Beauregard book.
That's amazing.
That I don't know. Between Wedding Day Massacre and Scary Bastard, those are my favorite Aaron
Love
Beauregard
Scary
books.
Bastard.
Scary Bastard goes so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Love
Dude.
that.
Chuck, in Scary Bastard, this dude picks up like, is it a child that gets impaled by the fence, or
Yeah.
it's like under 10 years old, right?
Yeah. It's
Like
10 or under, yeah.
like one of those wooden stake poles. He puts him on, like sits him on the pole through his ass.
Oh, it's like
Like-
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, with a kid.
With the
That's
kid.
amazing.
Dude, it goes so fucking hard. It's gnarly.
Jesus.
Crystal, you got recommendations?
Yeah, my book is gonna be Carrie because I think everybody should read it before the series comes out. My movie is Jennifer's Body because I was reading an article that they
Make a sequel.
Yep, a sequel with Amanda Seyfried saying that she wouldn't do without Megan Fox. So
I want Amanda. I don't care about Megan.
yeah, but she's
Eh.
like the
That
whole
Megan can stay missing.
but that oh my God. But that's I mean in the movie though that's what
Mhm.
it is. So and then my band is All Faces Down.
What is it?
It's like it's a metal band. I found them on new metal playlists on Spotify. So
Ooh,
yeah, I like
Does
that.
All Faces Down.
does anyone ever still listen to bands they found on MySpace?
Yeah, Hollywood Undead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
fuck yeah.
amazing.
My favorite MySpace band was Evergreen Terrace.
I
Oh,
love
fuck yeah.
I
Heard that
love
name in a long time.
I love Evergreen Terrace.
Oh yeah.
Writer's Block. It's one of the greatest fucking cover albums ever fucking made.
The
I've
first
seen-
song I ever heard from them was their Enjoy the Silence cover, and I fucking love that song. And Mad World.
I seen Evergreen Terrace live.
I'm so jealous.
That was back in fucking damn, I wasn't 38 then, that's for sure. My movie is Gerald's Game. My book is Gerald's Game. And my band is the best album that came out this year, and I think it's one of the best metal albums of the last 2 decades, and it's Deaf Heaven, Lonely People with Power. Because it's a pure assault on the senses, and I think it's an absolute fucking masterpiece. And I can't get enough of it.
Hell yeah. Good shit. So my movie, Imprint by Takashi Miike.
Brilliant.
Book,
The uncensored version.
yes, yeah. Yeah. It's probably my favorite thing he's done that I've seen. Which is saying a lot because I do love his shit. Book is Grandpappy by PC3 with some
Blech.
fucking geriatric, fucking gnarly, disgusting shit. There you go.
Chuck, have you ever heard of somebody fucking a colonoscopy bag?
That's disgusting.
It's a good time. And my band is Crystal Lake,
Oh,
Japanese
yes.
metalcore.
Yeah.
So yeah, great recommendations this week from all. Fuck yeah.
Colonoscopy bag. That's fucking sick.
Honestly so used to it now.
And we had that author
Facts.
on the show, and he took that from like a real life experience as a male nurse.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, like well, it's the hole that the bag attaches to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the actual bag, the shit hole.
Wait, in their side?
Yeah,
So it's like Dead Girl.
it's ribbed for your pleasure.
That scene in Dead Girl, literally, like I've watched some for some reason that just like him fucking that wound in the side of that corpse. It's just so fucking it gets me every time. It's disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting and pretty entertaining to read.
I was gonna say,
So yeah, there's
What
that.
was your movie, Ian?
Imprint.
Do you know? You should sign up for Fantasia, because there's 3 new Takashi Miike shorts premiering there, which
Oh
was
shit.
part of the allure for me to do it because I wish you could access all 87 of his films, but you can't. But 3 brand new Takashi Miike's I was like, I'll watch 40 shitty movies to watch all 3 of them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was excited. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna say before we get out of here, last thoughts, final thoughts. Words
To
of wisdom?
infinity and beyond.
I'm not speaking. Bye.
Wow.
I made that one up like on the spot. Like I didn't have to look up Zen acronyms or Zen sayings. I
I'm
made
so
that
proud
one
of you.
up.
I thought
I'm
you
so
made them
proud of you.
up.
So did I.
No, I'm not that clever.
Wait, you're
Damn it.
cheating them off the internet?
Aw.
Come on.
You dropped a point for me.
No zenning in the rain.
All right, you can cut that part out.
Jesus.
Erase it from everyone's memory.
It was
Oh,
an
shit.
absolute pleasure to spend 2 weeks
Absolutely. Yeah, I was
with
gonna say
you fine people.
thank you so much, Chuck, for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Yeah, I wasn't
You're a
doing
star
nothing.
now. So we
Just a
appreciate
regular
it.
guy. If you need to find me on my socials, you can find me at I'm Matthew. This is Creature Madness.
Fair enough. There you go.
Thanks.
But Chuck, for real, thank you so much, man. It's always a great time and spending 2 weeks with you. Ooh.
It was an absolute pleasure. I would come on at any time, any place, anywhere until some things are announced. So
Hell yeah. Looking forward to all that. So yeah, everyone watching, listening, thank you for watching and listening and everything that you do. Again, check the show notes for all the socials, everywhere to find us. Keep an eye out for the merch. And yeah, until next week, this is House of Ghouls. We appreciate you. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week.
And I'll see you next time.
bye.
What if everything you know is someone else's dream?
There you go. That's it.